she loves me. Isn't it lovely when the one you loving is the one you're loving?
New welfare rules, the new food stamp requirements take effect today. This is the first of the month. Get your check and go home. This is there's a whole song written about this time of year. And now there are new government rules around welfare, particularly food stamps. The additional changes are coming next month as well as part of the debt ceiling negotiation, because the Republicans decided to raise the debt ceiling so that America wouldn't go into default. And one of the bargaining chips was, we got to rein in these loafers, these people who live off the government, as if 90% of the welfare folk are in these states that the Republicans reside over. I'm going to say less about it, but the poorest people in the country are in these states that the Republicans reside over. They're the ones on the government dole. That said, Congress has made some changes to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. That's what it's called, the country's largest food aid service that expand the age requirements for food stamp recipients who are considered able-bodied adults without dependents. Now, here's what the changes are. As of today, childless workers who are 18 to 50 will have to show that they are working at least 80 hours a month or enrolled in an education or training program to receive SNAP, which is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. October 1, the age range increases to 18 to 52. So you get an additional, a year later, October 2024, that age range goes up another 2 years between 18 and 54. The new requirements will take effect October 2030. 750,000 adults could lose their benefits, according to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. Homeless, the unhoused, veterans, and adults 18 to 24 who aged out of foster care are exempt from the new requirements. So that's good. I mean, people who don't have houses should be able to eat. Y'all can't be that cruel. And the new requirements mark the biggest changes in our nation's food stamp program in decades. How do you feel about it? 866-801-8255. Have you ever been on food stamps? How important is it? I actually have a really close friend who was not semi-famous, but she was on television and fell on hard times, which I didn't know about. And she revealed to me that, she has children, that she had to go on SNAP, and she was too embarrassed to tell anybody. And I was like, look, there's no embarrassment. If you got to do what you got to do. I do have some opinions about people who are on welfare for generations, but it's there to help you not be hungry and homeless. I don't see a problem with that. Do you have experience with SNAP, Dante?
Oh, I was just doing my Mitch McConnell
I saw
impression.
your Mitch McConnell. I saw it.
My dad worked for he worked for all his life. Like when I came around, he was working for the Parks Department. But I mean, I was adjacent to that, and I mean, thanks to you, I've actually changed a lot of my Afrocentric thinking. And I'm like, if you could get the stamps, get them. If you Black, they owe you everything. Get all you could get whenever you could get it. Everything, grants, debt relief, all of that, because they owe it to you. So whatever. And if you could not work and get it, do that too.
I don't agree. Listen, so I spent my summers in Augusta, and my mother grew up in the projects in Augusta, and so her cousins, a lot of her cousins still live in the same projects. And the projects down there are different than the projects up north. We had giant buildings, and down there it was like little houses.
It looked like little townhouses.
Little townhouses. So when I was little, I would stay with my cousins. Sometimes I would spend the night in the projects. Right. I remember getting up early, and we stood in line and got these, got burgers and stuff. It was like the best food ever. Oh, yeah. And I'm standing in line, like my greedy ass, and didn't put two and two together that this, like I shouldn't even be in this line. I enjoyed the food immensely. I'm just saying, it was very tasty, and I couldn't wait to go back the next day. And I know I shouldn't have. I didn't, looking back, but I'm in your camp. And the more I look at people not paying taxes who are, billionaires, the more I look at folk being able to write off their yachts and stuff, the more I realize that this country, the rules and laws only apply to some. And the reason why they demonize the poor is because they don't want you looking at them. So we need to look at them.
Absolutely.
I'm not looking at somebody that's poor. I don't even care if they're poor for generations. The only reason why I care is because as Black people, it stigmatizes our young people to and it keeps us in a particular place. That generational thing. But yeah, get your food stamps.
I think if you're getting it, if you have the mindset what we're talking about, you owe this, I'm gonna get this, but I'm gonna get this and get everything else. And then you watch somebody like Marjorie Taylor Greene, she writes off $220,000 what was it, the COVID money, and then talks about how you shouldn't debt relief. It's like I just feel like at some point in time, it's ridiculous. They're getting ready to indict, or they're getting ready to investigate Jared Kushner for the $2 billion. I don't know if you read this with the $2 billion.
Jared Kushner from the Saudis that he got.
Yeah. So they're looking into that now, where even the Republicans are looking into. They're like, this is ridiculous that this dude, what they did and the fact that they're Jamie Raskin just put a request to investigate him, which is going to be really interesting. So. Let
me correct something. Yes. Jamie Raskin, it's $3 billion.
Oh, my bad.
$3 billion Saudi-backed private equity fund. The Democrats are asking the GOP to subpoena Affinity Partners. How?
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. And Hunter Biden is a trash. So I just got to be fair and balanced. And Hunter Biden. And those emails from Hillary. I got to throw everything in there, Dante. 866-801-8255. We got a lot to cover today, and I'm glad you're here because I had some questions about pubic hair. But let's go to Rico in Illinois. Rico, suave. Hello,
Karen. I think I'll be quick, Karen.
What?
I think that they should give.
Hi, Rico.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Come in hot. Yeah. Hi.
Okay. Hi, Karen and everyone. I think that they should give the folks any welfare they can get because I don't want to get knocked in the head out here.
So is that you think people are knocking people in the head because they don't have food stamps?
They don't. I think no. I don't. Well, if they don't have, they're going to get it from someone else. So I think you have to make it so that they have their basic necessities.
I actually don't think that's why the kids out there smashing and burning and crashing and going through Nordstrom's because they don't have. I feel like it's. I remember in college, my freshman year, I may or may not have participated in taking cologne from Macy's.
Say it ain't so.
May or not. And
what
I clearly
what might you have taken, Chloe? What was it? What
no,
might
it was
if it had happened?
Maybe it might have been Jupe or something. I can't remember now, but it smelled good. It was like $100, and I was like, nah. I may have it, but I don't want to do. I feel like more rich kids shoplift, more kids with means shoplift than because first of all, if you crashing and burning, you getting on a bus with that stuff.
Yeah.
No, somebody got a car.
Somebody got a getaway. You need a getaway. Yeah.
So, but I hear what he's saying. When people are hungry and impoverished and desperate, then they look. But I also think that's a scapegoat. You look at people who have as a means of I feel like that's just an excuse, just like racism. That's just an excuse.
Yeah.
But I hear him though. But I don't agree.
Nobody's stealing. They're stealing Louis Vuittons and iPhones. They're not really stealing bread,
right?
And milk. And
there was a story of a woman that I don't know if it's true, so that's why I didn't really talk about it. But it's Friday, so y'all can verify it or not. But,
on the fly.
Yeah, y'all can just verify. This woman was caught stealing. They called the police. The police came there and said, "What did you steal?" She said, "Food. My kids were hungry." He went back in the store, bought food for her. The police officer.
I did see that. Yeah.
So he was like, "And I'm not taking you to jail because that.
What are we doing?
Then the kids get taken away from you. You're hungry. Let me buy you some food."
Yeah.
And she was crying. I read that story somewhere. I don't know if it was reputable because I read it on the fly. But team, find it and tweet it out if it is a true story. But yeah, I think that's more the case. You're right, Dante. They're not stealing bread and necessities. They're
milk
out there stealing at Nordstrom's. Yeah. They're not stealing at the dollar store.
Nah.
866-801-8255.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I run my fingers through her hair as she smiles and says that she loves me. Isn't it lovely when the one you're lusting is the one